he is a captain in my office, and I think I'm going to, see, I can't make it a colonel because my wife is the only colonel. She agrees, Ted, you're going to be a colonel, okay? Anyway, I want to introduce Ted Nugent, a patriot, great American, and love you, Ted. Come on up.
Thank you very much. I'm proud to be in the same room with the great Joe Arpaio and with my fellow patriots of the Republican Party. God bless you all. I'm a simple guy. I was born in Detroit in 1948, and Detroit was the most productive, wonderful, neighborly, clean, proud city in America. The epicenter of an American work ethic, unprecedented in the history of mankind, run by people who believe in, and here's the battle cry for the Republican Party, you might want to make notes, earning our own way. If ever there was a battle cry for the Republican Party right now, it should be, earn it. If you want it, earn it. If you don't earn it, you don't get it. Because that's really the curse, the scourge of the Democrats. They bought and paid for their votes. They scam the productive people of this great country to provide for people who refuse to produce. And I'm almost sorry you're interfering with your meal here tonight because I made him put some ham on Joe's chicken. That's meat up pile, and it's dead. Actually, we do see eye to eye. I started touring back in 1959. Last night here in Phoenix, Arizona, I did my 6,515th concert. But I bring you tonight not just a Ted Nugent perspective, because I'm a star, but it doesn't mean anything when a deer walks by. But what I bring you is, I really believe, now this is cocky, I think I bring you the most important perspective that you will ever have access to. When I tour, I don't just do my concert and order room service. I do my concert and I visit military charities and youth charities. Therefore, I'm surrounded by the best people in the world. The most giving, caring, loving, generous, patriotic Americans you'll ever dream of sharing a campfire with. And so I bring you their perspective. I bring you the perspective of working hard, playing hard Americans who struggle and sacrifice and take risks because they are driven by the original American dream of being the best that you can be and being in the asset column of America, being as productive as you possibly can be. Does this resonate in this room?
Woo! Amen.
Because if I could sneak into a Democrat event, it would just piss them off. Which, by the way, if you're not pissing off the Democrats, you might be an asshole. So the perspective I bring you tonight is the feedback that I get at every one of these gatherings. We're not just talking 6,515 concerts. We're talking 6,515 meetings, hangout sessions, bullshit sessions with welders and shopkeepers and dry cleaner operators and farmers and ranchers and cops and heroes of the military and their families who set their alarm clock earlier every day so they can be better than the competition. And the heartbreak, the shock, confusion, the trauma that Americans feel, I I did my best tour last year. Last night I hung around a bunch of bikers, a bunch of hardworking people, my band, my crew, all the people that were there. Well, I didn't hang out with all of them. On stage, it's as good as that. And the tragedy that Barack Obama is actually the leader of this country is shattering the best people's hearts and souls of this country. They don't know how to process information. And I know you're a little spoiled because here it is, the Lincoln dinner, the great Maricopa County Republican Party. You should be damn proud of yourself. But I warn you, don't get spoiled.
Amen. Right on.
Don't let your guard down. When you have control and you still demand that quality of life is based on the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Ten Commandments, the Golden Rule, our work ethic, an ethic to be as productive as possible, there are still punks in the sidelines ready to destroy it every hour of every day. So you can't just be a good Republican, you gotta make sure you crush the Democrat.
Yeah! Woo!
And I can go on, and I'm really good at it. But I'll leave you with I'll leave you with the most impacting, I speak in superlatives a lot, don't I? Because I've done 6,515 concerts, I earned it. 4 days ago in our home in Texas, as we do 20, 30, 40 times a year, we had a bunch of heroes of the U.S. Army and the Navy and the Air Force and the Coast Guard and the Air National Guard and the U.S. Marine Corps at our farm, at our ranch in Texas. Half of them had no legs. Some of them had no arms, no eyeballs, and no skin. And they were rather upbeat. But we were there just to have a good time and shoot machine guns, kill squirrels, and eat barbecue. You gotta come sometime, Joe. Killing squirrels is a riot. I'm from Detroit. We weren't the murder capitals because we're more violent. We're better damn shots, okay? So the perspective and the buoyancy and the uppityness and the defiance of these heroes of the military, trained and proven to be the best humans that ever walked this earth, even on their prosthetic legs. Here's your job, Republican Party. 20 to 25 of those guys are killing themselves every day. And they haven't told you why. They haven't told anybody else why, but they told me why. Because the commander-in-chief is the enemy. And the absurd, indecent, anti-warrior rules of engagement they're shackled with guarantees defeat. They know it. We don't know it. I got goosebumps. And they are so pissed off that it is up to we the people, and you representing we the people, to take this country back from an administration and a government overall that has shackled the greatest warriors that ever lived from actually defeating evil. This government wants to blunt evil and contain evil. Well, I'll tell you a little story. I got some buddies in Wisconsin. They keep telling me they don't have any fawns from the deer crop every year because they have a coyote problem. Well, that's weird. Where I live, the coyotes have a tent problem. I'm just a guitar player. I didn't just write Wango Tango, I meant it. And I kill every coyote I see. I kill every bobcat I see. I kill every mountain lion I see. In Texas, that's legal. And we have plenty of mountain lions, plenty of bobcats, and plenty of coyotes, but we have a lot of here. It's called balance. Somebody who's put in a position of reasoning predator, steward of our precious renewable resources, knows how to maintain balance and to stop the predators. This administration is benefiting the predators and endangering everybody else.
Amen.
So, I won't give you any 10 Nugent opinions, even though they're all right. But I will convey to you some very important points that you might not be able to hear around a campfire with some very important people like I do all the time, and like I do backstage in my travels. So, it isn't that Barack Obama and the gun-running Attorney General and the lying Secretary of State, it isn't that they're really clever that they took control of this country. It's because we were sound asleep.
Amen.
And hold your applause because it was the Republican Party that bent over.
Oh.
Don't bend over. Hands up, don't shoot. Bullshit. Bend over, don't spank. Wrong move. So I thought I was the only guy that said prayers like that, so I salute the other black guy here tonight. We appreciate that. Do you play guitar? I'd hire your ass. How about that Matt Salmon? Does he play guitar? Really? Matt, you can be in my band, sir. I like your attitude. But let's take that attitude. Let's not just win. Let's crush the enemy. I mean,
you don't need to read it, you need to sign it, and your little doggy too.
that bitch ain't in jail yet? Lois Lerner's not in jail yet? Joe, let's go get her. I'll leave you with 2 more points. Any government, any person, any so-called human being that would designate the Fort Hood terrorist attack as workplace violence should be shackled and put in a cage.
Yes.
Any government that does a study of Benghazi and determined that it had adequate security is the devil. Remains of a home that burnt to the ground and go, yep, had adequate fire protection. It's not funny. This is insane. The Democrats are insane. The government today is insane. You can fix this. You've got a good, dare I say, stranglehold here in Arizona. But now you need to take what you've done in Arizona and what we've done in Texas. Believe me, I talk to my people in Texas like this too. And I don't just thank the Republicans, I also scold them. Because we still have Sheila Jackson Lee as a state. She should move to Detroit. It's set up for her. That's what happened in Detroit. So, celebrate the great Republican Party of Maricopa County. Anybody that has Joe Arpaio as a sheriff, you gotta be on the right track. You gotta be doing it.
Amen.
Woo! If you're currently raising hell, raise more hell. If you're currently dominating, increase the domination and spread to your fellow Republicans. Was the GOP victory in November good? Maybe. I want to see some action.
Yeah. Woo! Woo!
The Democrats actually believe that after a family has struggled to sacrifice and take risks all their lives, and they live frugally and save, that somehow when Grandpa dies, that somebody gets 50% of their savings. The death tax. Get rid of the death tax.
Yes.
Woo! Thief. You're a thief if you believe in the death tax. And we're going to arrest him, right, Joe? So, that's an indication of what we should be doing as the GOP. Have an incredible chore ahead of us. So So I didn't mean to interrupt your meal, but I'll bring you some venison next time. So stay on course, but faster, harder, stronger, no more compromise. We need to get back to the U.S. Constitution, lick for lick. The Bill of Rights, lick for lick. God bless Arizona, Wyoming, and Vermont, and Alaska, because they have a Second Amendment. Nobody else does. I don't need a authorization to choose my church. I don't need a permit to speak. I don't need a permit to choose my religion. But somehow the Second Amendment has been watered down and compromised where I have to have some authorization to defend myself. Wait a minute, here's my permit right here. Everybody leave when they got punch up there. It's like a guy came in and I said, hey Ted, are you carrying a gun? I went, no. A gun? That'd be like carrying a bullet. So I have a great celebration of the Maricopa County Republican Party. God bless you all. You got balls, but let's let them inflate and drag a little bit more. Raise more hell. God bless you, Joe. God bless my family and all real patriots in the United States of America. God bless you all. This young man here, he said he respects his elders. He said there might be a few minutes for questions and answers. And if you have the questions, I have the answers. So anybody, if you speak nice and loud, I might be able to hear you. Yes, ma'am. When I consider running for office, I think at this time in my life, at the tender age of 66 years clean and sober, I currently hold the most important office in the land. I am a loud-mouthed, hell-raising, we the people son of a bitch. That's the office I'm doing a fine job of. Have you ever noticed that the Democrats won't debate me anymore because I don't chew up their family tree and shit sawdust? So the point is if I was a senator, I couldn't talk flowery like this. So yeah, I consider we had, after the Ferguson debacle, I made a comment. No, I didn't make a comment. I stated the facts. Mothers, don't let your children grow up to be thugs. Don't let them think they can steal. Don't think they're allowed to beat people up. And by all means, don't let them attack cops. That's not self-evident truth. I'm a gay pirate. My point being is that after I wrote those common sense conclusions, I had 28 million Facebookers. And just right now, some between 5 or 7 million. But the point is, of those 28 million Facebookers, like 27.5 million wanted me to run for president. That's how bad it is. The all wang dang, sweet poop tang, kick ass on the current clown in the White House. Yes, sir.
Over here, Mr. Nugent. Over here. Questions over here?
Netanyahu, I think, is my dad. You know, you want me to comment on how you think the president is handling Netanyahu? I think we can all agree the president is being a punk to one of the most important allies America's ever had. That's another example of how we embarrass good people across the world. Which is why we have no authority, which is why we have no respect, because our president doesn't know what authority is. He's a community organizer, and he's absolutely lost. And if Valerie Jarrett was writing your speeches, you'd come off like an idiot too. I think we can all agree on that. Yes, sir.
Ted, we certainly appreciate your activism, your music, and your activism and patriotism has been an inspiration to all of us. We certainly appreciate that.
Thank you.
We, as Republicans, sent Washington, D.C. a mandate in 2014, and it seems as though many of our representatives have not received that message very well and clear. We'd like to know what you suggest to us to make it so that our message resonates better in Washington, so they have an unequivocal knowledge of us wanting to put Obama in his place and shut down this tyranny.
Well, God bless you for that mandate. Thank you, sir. Okay, let me explain what the letters PR stand for. Not about promoting. It's called public relations. You know the GOP has done a half-assed job relating to the public. It's about what you say and how you say it. Maybe you don't have to represent eating family trees and shitting sawdust, but I have a funny feeling that if I ran against you, I'd win by talking like that. America's looking for a shit kicker.
Amen.
But you need to be believable. How many more investigations is Troy County going to have before something gets accomplished? Yeah! Enough bullshit. I want Roosevelt in jail. I want Hillary Clinton in jail. Senator Stevens is still dead. Somebody's got to get tougher and stronger. Now, if that's not enough evidence for you, I keep seeing this Harry Reid, the most powerful Democrat. Let me get this right. Somebody give that guy a Quaalude, a Gold Book, and put him in a closet. If I see another Republican talk like Mr. Rogers, I'm going to punch you in the throat. You need to kick some ass. I'm supposed to wear a tie tonight. I don't own a tie. I don't wear a tie. What's it, a bib? A drool? You need to get tougher. You need to absolutely break free of the status quo. The status quo sucks. You can try to make it a bigger tent. But really, you want the pimps and the whores and the welfare brats in your tent? You can't come to the Republican tent unless you're a Republican.
Yes.
I was surrounded by hippies. Actually, before the hippies, I was surrounded by beatniks. Anybody remember the beatniks? They smelled even worse. And if I would have smoked dope, my dad would have ripped my head off and shit down my neck. My dad was a drill sergeant in World War II, and he never stopped. God bless the great man. And this is my son Toby here. I have a great family. They're all tough, they're all strong, they're all productive, they're all polite, they're all caring, they're all very athletic, and they all kick maximum ass. Yeah! That's what the Republican Party has to connect with. Public relations. Can you relate to the public? And when you give a mandate, you keep bringing it up. When I want to get a law change, I don't call and go, Mr. Congressman, my name is Theodore Nugent, and I go, hey, Bill, the turkey laws suck. I want turkey tags over the counter, and I want them now. We have too many turkeys. We're not getting enough family hours of recreation, generating enough revenues, and bringing down the turkey population. I want unlimited tags, and I want them now. And I have the evidence to support my mandate, and if he doesn't do it that day, I go, I'll tell you what, Bill, I'll call you back next Tuesday at 3. Be ready. Because if you don't answer my demands by then, I'll call you the next day at 4. And I'm relentless. Tenacity. Never give up. Pound. Never back down. Never come. The GOP lost credibility with the real shit kickers of this country because of the compromise factor. Compromise, really? So if a guy breaks into your house and has a knife, only shoot him once? Is that a good compromise? Compromise? When the guys in my band wanted to smoke dope, I'm like, okay, a little bit. No, you're out of here. No compromise. Want a keyboard? No keyboards. The dog didn't die. I don't do church music. No compromise. Quit with the compromise. That's how you get a mandate through. Then all of a sudden, working hard, playing hard in Maryland, go, hey, these guys got balls. I'm voting for them. You're missing out on the tough guys. You're missing out on the people who earn their own way. giving you a Ted Nugent punch. This isn't a guess. This isn't an opinion. This is the pulse of those great, productive Americans I meet with all the time. They're much better than I am. They get up no, they don't get earlier than I do. They work, I hunt. This is the perspective that I'm bringing with you to you today. And boy, you better absorb it, you better write it down, and you better do it. Or the November victory. So don't get spoiled if you're in control in Arizona. It's never a guarantee. Tomorrow's a new day. Tougher is always better. Another question, yes sir.
Yes, thank you very much for coming and helping me stoke the fires of freedom here for us in Arizona. Can you, as a good patriot, come back sometime soon and help us raise funds to build a fence along the California border?
All right.
And open up your bunch of deer hunts for anybody trying to cross. Yes, I would do that. If you let us stand on the border and shoot invaders. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. These are invaders. They're invading our country. We can't invade Mexico. They will shoot us. Nobody can invade any place except people can invade America. What is that? You know, let me tell you, I got the border thing down. I have a border. I have a beautiful ranch in Texas. Everybody knows where my property lies on. I wish I could reenact the first time I caught a trespasser. But I don't want to scare the little shit out of you. But I made it very clear with a Beretta 12 gauge and a 3.5-inch double-lock butt. Have you ever shot a 3.5-inch double-lock butt? It's like a wall of lead. After that first encounter, we had no border crossing problems. I'm not kidding you. They know I will shoot them. There was a weatherman shot in Waco, and John Lennon was shot, and some guitar player was shot. They ain't gonna shoot me. They better be fast. It better be really good. So the point is yes, I would come down to secure your borders, but I think there's easier and better ways just by doing what my good friend Joe Arpaio does and enforce the damn laws. I figured that all out by myself. I didn't have to go to a law enforcement school. I have to just figure that out all by myself. Quite amazing. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Dara Vanessa, and I'm with Navajo County Republicans. I'm actually the chairwoman of the Navajo County Republicans.
God bless the Navajo Republic.
We're running a project. It's called the Constitutional County Project. And what we're doing is we are running uncompromising politicians for positions that will enforce the Constitution. What I'd like to know is if you would please consider endorsing our project. It's called the Constitutional County Project. And what we are doing, there are Republicans in Arizona that are compromising, and we come out against them. We have no problem telling them like it is.
Yeah.
What we need are people like you who will stand up and help us with our project. And I'd like to know if you would consider doing so.
That is an affirmative. I will do everything that I can. And again, I relate to the public. We had a huge audience last night. I've been playing in Phoenix since 1968, pretty much every year. Every time I come here, it's just beyond your wildest rock and roll dreams. I connect, I relate to the public. They like the music, they like the attitude. And if I can bring some of that public relations, relating in a positive, uncompromising way to anyone here tonight. I'm only one man, and Mrs. Nugent is in charge of my calendar. Not to mention my Labrador retrievers. But if I, in any way that I can, that is affirmative. I'd be more than proud to help, especially with bad attitude. Thank you very much. That is, thank you very much. I hope you were all able to digest your chicken. Was that chicken? Which is why I eat pheasant. Okay, so once again, God bless you. Stay on course. you got a good foothold here. You're doing good work. But if you were a good bass player, you couldn't be in my band. You have to be a son of a bitch. You have to be the best. And I know the principles, the foundation of the Republican Party does represent the very best. But you know it's been watered down. You know it's been backpedaled. You know it's been compromised. America, voting Republicans, voting conservatives are waiting for a hellraiser.
Yeah.
They're waiting for an uncompromising Republican candidate. And if we don't find that one, and the email wench becomes president, what the hell? I'll spend the rest of my life apologizing to my grandkids. So, GOP, it's in your hands. Can you do it? I'm honored that you are here. I'm honored to be part of it. Thank you very much. God bless you all. God bless you a couple times.